Hey guys, JT here with FullTang Tactical. Today I'm going to show you how to assemble our B.A.R frame set. Now the B.A.R acronym stands for Build-A-Ruck. This is our Build-A-Ruck system. It's comprised of 5 different components. First you have the frame. This is the Fortitude Pack Frame by Frontier Resolve. We are in collaboration with this company to pack out these frames. Made in the USA, aircraft grade aluminum. We'll get to that in a moment. We have the back pads. We have the shoulder straps and load lifters. You can see all these little buckles and attachments on the table here. This is our frame connection kit. And then we have the hip belt that attaches to the frame. Now today I'm going to show you how to install all of these components. May seem a little overwhelming at first. This is what you're going to receive in the package when you receive it. But once you get it all together, it's pretty seamless from there. Swapping out bags on the fly makes it very easy. Once you get the frame set up, you're good to go. You can swap out bags literally within seconds. So let's jump right into it. All right, the first thing we're going to do is install the frame connection kit. What that consists of is the grab handle. I'm going to try to show you guys how to do this on the table here so you can see it. And what I like to do is come to the 2 notches right here, closest to the inside, the 2 horizontal slots. And you're going to start from the front of the frame, or the back, the part that rests against your body. So as you can see the curvature, okay? So the outside curved slot, you're going to want to start on the opposite side. And what you're going to do is take your tri-glide like this, and you're going to go through the top of it, down through the slot of the tri-glide. You're going to come back through the same slot. Then you're going to go under, back under the slot below it in the frame. Okay? And what that does is it allows you to have a nice positive lock there against the frame with the tri-glide. And then what you'll do is come back up through the slot, of the tri-glide, and then go back through the tri-glide again, pull it tight, and that's going to give you a nice positive lock. And then you just repeat the same step on the other side, and you're good to go. All right guys, now that we have the grab handle installed at the top of the frame, we're going to work on installing the back pads. And you see I already have one set up here. Just going to kind of show you the orientation of how it's attached. So you're going to receive a 36-inch, 2 36-inch pieces of webbing here. You're going to receive a ladder lock and a tri-glide. And what you're going to want to do is go through the bottom of the, you're going to want to skip a notch here and go up through the bottom. And what this allows you to do with this MOLLE system, guys, is it allows you to basically adjust the height of your back strap for different torso lengths and such. But what I find best for myself and probably most guys is skipping the bottom notch, going up to the second one. Then what you're going to want to do is lay your webbing down over both of these big slots on the frame. Then you're going to want to flip it over, come to the back side here, and you're going to want to take this strap on the top, go up through this middle slot right here in the frame. Then you want to push your back pad up, and you're going to come up to about the 3rd, 4th slot from the bottom, or I'm sorry, the 4th slot from the top of the strap, the back pad here. And you're going to want to go up through that MOLLE slot there. And as you can see, what that's doing is it's locking it in place to the frame. and that's so your back pad won't slide around on you. So you're basically just mollying it on. And it may take a little trial and error, guys. It may be different for everybody. So then what you're going to want to do is go through the other molly slots at the top of the back pad. And then you're going to want to come up through the slots here at the bottom of your grab handle, right below your grab handle. You're going to want to come up through the back of this, come down through the front of the frame, come back through the back. Oh, got my webbing all twisted there. I don't know if you guys can see that very well, what I've done, but basically it's just mollying it on. So, like I said, it may take a little trial and error. This is probably the most difficult piece to put on the frame, but I'm trying to make it as easy as possible for you. You take your tri-glide, and you're going to feed it up the strap, come back down through the loop. You're just going to want to slide that up pretty high. Then you want to take your ladder lock here, come up through the center slot of that, come back through the back. That's going to create a loop to go back up through your tri-glide. Okay. Then you want to come back through your tri-glide like so. And that's going to give you a nice, tight, snug connection point there. Then you want to take your bottom strap, come back up through the ladder lock, down through the front slot, and you just pull it tight on the frame, like so. And then you have your back pads installed. And as you can see, they will not slide up and down on you. They won't shift. Nice and rock solid. All right, guys, now that we have the back pads and the grab handle installed, I'm going to show you how to install the shoulder straps. Now, I already have one installed here. As you can see right here on the back side is the strap, and right here is the shoulder strap itself. Now what we want to do is we want to come over here to this bottom slot here, okay? And what you're going to want to do is take your shoulder strap and a metal tri-glide. It's this little guy right here. And you're going to want to come through, once again, the front of the frame at that bottom slot on the far outside. Now you can also go to this inside slot here if you want to, but I don't recommend that. It seems to be a little too close. If you're a smaller guy and you like your straps closer, that's fine, you can do that. But we're going to come out to the furthermost horizontal slot here, and we're going to do the same thing we did with the grab handle. We're going to feed it through, get your strap through the tri-glide here, and then we're going to come back through the same slot we just came out of. Back through the other side, and then we're going to come under this rounded out slot here, right above the back pad. And that's going to create the loop effect around this big thick ball. And I'm going to set this down just so I can get this tightened up, because we want our shoulder strap as close to the frame as possible so it creates a nice curvature here against your back, like so, and kind of meets the top of the back pads there. So it's a nice little transition. So I've got my tri-glide nice and tight. I'm gonna lay it flat on the table, pull it up just a little bit, I know you guys can't see this, but it's pretty self-explanatory. You just come back up through the tri-glide after that, and you're going to lock it in place. Okay. Okay, pull that nice and tight, and there we go. There are your shoulder straps connected to the frame. All right, guys, now that we have the shoulder straps on, we're going to put the hardware on the tips of the straps. So what you're going to do is you're going to take one of these metal tri-glides here, and you're going to slide it up on the bottom strap on the tip. I like to leave it about an inch from the bar tack here. And then you want to take your ladder lock here, and you're going to feed it up through the middle slot, back around to the back slot. Then you're going to come up through the bottom of the tri-glide, just like that. Then you're going to come through the back of the tri-glide. Then you want to come back down through the front of the tri-glide again over the top. And what that's going to do is lock it into place. And as you guys have seen by now, it's the same concept with all the hardware. It all attaches the same way for the most part. And now you've got your hardware on the tip. So once we have the hardware on the tip of the shoulder strap, we want to take these straps here. They're about 28 inches long, and there's a loop bar tacked at the end here. That's for strap keepers. But what you want to do is you want to take this strap, you want to take the end without the loop, and you're going to come in from the top, from the front slot of your ladder lock here. And you're going to pull that up, and then you're going to go down back through the middle slot and come behind that strap. And that allows you to pull that loop up and connect the bottom down here to the frame. And we're basically going to use the same method with the metal tri-glide that we used on the shoulder straps. And you can connect that down here to any of these slots on the sides here according to your preference. All right, I'm going to show you how I'm connecting the shoulder straps to the bottom side of the frame here, just so you can get kind of a better close-up. And as you can see, I'm coming through the middle slot right here, inserting my tri-glide on the end of the strap, leaving about, I don't know, maybe 6 inches or so of adjustment. Then I'm going to come back through the same exact loop that I came out before, go underneath, pull it a little tight, and then drop down to the notch below it. See what I'm doing there? And what that allows you to do is wrap that strap around that bar on the frame. Come back up through the tri-glide. Come back up the tri-glide, and then back down the tri-glide. Now that we have the shoulder straps assembled, grab handle and back pads on the frame, now we are ready for these little guys. And these are the components to your frame connection kit. And what this does, now you can attach a frame to, you can attach a bag to this frame without using our frame connection kit. But what our frame connection kit allows you to do is you're having attachment points for your buckles, for your female buckles, back to your bag. And the orientation of our bags is so that your compression straps face this way, back towards the frame, towards the back of the frame. And what that allows you to do, well, first we have loops on our bags, so you can use it without, you can use your compression straps without the frame connection kit. But what this kit allows you to do is connect the compression straps to the actual frame itself. And that way you can remove your bag and separate it from the frame and carry other items between the pack and the frame itself. And that's what this frame connection kit allows you to do. So we're going to show you how to install this real quick. This is actually fairly quick and easy. You're basically just taking these loops here and you're going to go around into a slot. You're going to go into a slot with the non-metal loop end. You're going to come back through the slot, and then you're going to come back through the metal loop. And as you can see, that creates a nice little connection point there where you can now connect your female repair buckles like this and attach them right to the loop on the frame. All right guys, now that we have the frame connection kit installed, I want to show you that we've also installed those at the top of the frame, and these are for your load lifters. So it's the same exact connection points. We put them on the very top there, and we use the female buckles, and these are going to attach right back to your shoulder straps using the load lifter straps here. And what you're going to do on the included tri-glides on your straps here that you're going to find on the webbing. Now I do want to point out you can actually slide these up and down, and they slide right up under these laser cut slots, so you can adjust the height of these if you need to. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to take a male and a buckle like so. And you're going to want to take this strap and you're going to want to tri-glide it on, and then come back and put your male buckle on the end of this strap like so. And then it's just going to clip into the top of your load lifter. Now I'm going to show you guys how to do these load lifter straps so it's easier for you. So basically you take your male buckle, and instead of doing it the traditional way where you would go up through and then back through the back slot, you're going to want to come up through the back slot like so, and then go down through the middle slot underneath and then pull it up. And this is going to allow you to have that loop on this end so it doesn't get snagged on you. And then you clip it into your load lifter buckle here, and then you're going to connect the other end to the tri-glide on your shoulder strap. And I'm going to show you how to connect this to the tri-glide so it's easier as well. What you want to do is you want to kind of bend your shoulder strap inward a little bit like this, kind of give it a little fold, and that allows you a little channel here where you can slide this strap under that metal tri-glide, because it is kind of a tight fit for a good reason, but that allows you to get that webbing up under that tri-glide and back through. It doesn't hurt to use a pair of pliers when trying to get it through that final slot when you're coming back up through to lock in the tension there. But once it's on there, you don't have to do it again. And you may be asking yourself, you know, why we do things this way. The reason we do things this way is because we want every component to be removable, replaceable. If you accidentally, you know, cut this with a knife or destroy your load lifter somehow by some random chance, you can replace these things. We use the metal hardware wherever it's stitched on. That way it will not fail. And that's basically why we do it. Just, you know, so you can do field repairs yourself and not have to rely to sending it off on to a shop to get things repaired for you. So definitely increases the durability and adaptability of these packs. All right, so now we're going to work on the hip belt component, which is the final component of the B.A.R frame set. And basically what we're going to do, it's pretty self-explanatory. We're going to lay our frame flat, kind of loosen everything up, get it out of the way here. And you'll notice all of these straps on the back of the hip belt here. And this is actually very self-explanatory, guys. You have two horizontal straps on each side that are going to wrap around the sides of the frame. And then you have 2 vertical straps. They're going to go up and down. And what you're going to want to do is just take this, and I know there's straps everywhere. You're going to want to lay this flat into the pocket here, and then you're going to want to flip the frame over and feed all of your straps through. So your vertical straps are perfectly lined up with the slots at the bottom here. And you're just going to take those, feed those through. I like to kind of do those first, get them out of the way. Then you have 2 more slots up here in the center of the frame, and you can come up through those open slots. Got another one here. Okay. So we've got those nice and secure in place there. And what I'm going to do, just so these don't pop back out on me, you're going to take some plastic tri-glides, going to slide them on. Basically the same kind of steps we took before on the other things. Take your ladder lock, you're going to come up through the middle slot, back through the back slot, back up through your tri-glide here, through the tri-glide on the back side. Maybe loosen it up a little bit so you have a little play, and then back through the front of the tri-glide to lock it in place. And now you have a connection point for your bottom strap here. You come up through the middle slot, down through the front of the ladder lock, and pull it tight. And that's how you secure it to the frame. And you're going to do that on both sides, and you're also going to do that same exact concept on the sides horizontally here, which will all line up with the slots. You may have to loosen this up a little bit until you get it perfectly in line, but once you do that, you can cinch everything down, tighten it down really well, and you'll be good to go. All right, guys, that does it for the assembly of our B.A.R frame set. As you can see, we have the hip belt on, shoulder straps, grab handle, frame connection kit, load lifters. Not too hard of a process. It's a little tricky at some points, but once you get it all installed, you're ready to rock. And this system allows you to attach any of our bags on the fly very quickly. All you'll do is release the compression straps at the top, slip your bag over, and connect it to the frame, and you're good to go.